The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. As Jesus passed by, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at a customs post. He said to him, "Follow me." And he got up and followed him. When he was at table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat with Jesus and his disciples. When Pharisees saw this and said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" He heard this and said, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do. Go and learn the meaning of the words, 'I desire mercy, not sacrifice.' I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." The Gospel of the Lord. All right, yes, today we celebrate Saint Matthew, who's one of those guys up there. Whenever there's four dudes with pens or feathers, and one of them doesn't have a beard, you can pretty much guarantee that those are the four evangelists: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. That's just kind of a rule that happens in church art. Anyway, one of those, I don't know which one, because they don't have their animals with them. Anyway, so I would like you to imagine here in Cresco, Jesus Christ himself is walking down the street. He's walking down the street and telling people to follow him. "Hey, you, I want you to follow me. I want you to follow me." And so then we're all walking down the street in this big group of people, and then we come to a house with a giant Iowa State Cyclone flag out in the front yard. And the owner of that house is standing out in the front lawn. Some of the people in our group have Iowa Hawkeye jerseys on. And then Jesus says, "Hey, you, Iowa Cyclone fan, follow me." And then he joins our group. What do you think those Iowa Hawkeye fans are going to think? They're going to watch the game? Maybe they'll watch the game together? That would be ideal, wouldn't it? So, imagine Jesus continues to walk on down the street, and there's Hawkeye fans and Packers fans and all different types of fans of many different things all together. And then we walk by a man in a big pickup truck with a giant Trump flag on the back of his truck. And Jesus says, "Get out of your truck, follow me." Whoa. And then our big group continues to walk through the streets of Cresco, and we come by a house with a giant Biden sign on it. And Jesus says, "Come out of your house. I want you to follow me." Ugh. To both. To all that, because I don't like any of that stuff. Politics or sports. I don't get involved. So, what are you going to do? Are we going to say, no, wait, Jesus, whoa. I don't know about this. I can deal with the Cyclones, I can deal with the Hawkeyes, but I can't deal with blank. I can't deal with that. If he's going to be part of our group, I don't want to be part of this. No, but Jesus himself is calling you and asking you to be a part of this group, right? Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter what you are attracted to. And it doesn't matter what you think about who's right or who's wrong. Jesus himself called you to be part of this group. That's exactly what happened when Jesus called Matthew the tax collector. Now, back in those days, the tax collectors were the worst type of people. Notice how they're always in the same sentence as sinners and tax collectors. That's because these people were stealing money from the hard-working people, the hard-working Jews, like Peter. Imagine Peter. What was Peter's job? Do you remember what Peter's job was before he became... You're right, that was his job to follow Jesus. But before that, what was his job, his profession? What did he do with his hands and his boat? That's okay. Yes? He what? He wrote notes? Yep. That was St. Paul. He did write letters later in his life. What did Peter do? He was a fisherman. Very good. And fishermen are all salty from the sea, and they use their big, strong hands and calloused fingers to pull up the nets, and they work very, very hard. But then imagine a tax collector stealing money from the Jewish people. His hands are probably all soft and oily from the money and the nice little leather bags that they use. Those two types of people don't mix. But guess what? Jesus called them both. Even though they have different political opinions, even though they have different beliefs, Jesus wants them both to be in his club. And that's why we have not just Peter, not just Matthew, but we have 12 apostles, all from different walks of life. And I think that's pretty messy. It's also pretty cool. Because there's not just one, there's not just two, there's not even 12. There's like 15 to 20 of you in each of your classes, right? Each one of your classes? Are you all the same? No, thank God you're not all the same. We're all so different. We all have so many different talents and skills and loves and likes. It's a big, big mess, but it's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So, when you're sitting in class today or at recess, and you're thinking how different you are from that person across the desk from you, or across the playground, or if you're getting into an argument, or if you're seeing yourself as different from someone else, I want you to think that Jesus called each one of you to be here at Notre Dame. No matter what sign or flag is on your house or on your parents' truck, or no matter who your heart is rooting for, Jesus called you all to be part of his group. And that's what matters. Okay? Let's stand for our petitions.